Hey, this is Stevenmeinster. How you doing? Yeah, I did a video a little while back about people helping people. I just had a surgery on my spine 5 days ago. I've had four operations on my spine. Uh, I messed up my back July 10th of '03. I crushed my spine, and I had some other issues with the correction facility where they even hurt me more because I had back injuries and they made me sleep on a concrete floor and everything. But I want to talk to you about people being good to each other. People don't realize, you don't appreciate anything until you can't do it. And and I look at life totally different. I'm a little older now, I'm 55, going on 56. I'm disabled. I haven't worked ever since July 10th of '03, and I look at life totally different. I lost my mother and my sister 2 years ago. They died 5 weeks apart of each other. And if it wasn't for my wife and my kids, I don't know what I would be doing. But I just want to enjoy life. And I treat people the way I want to be treated. And I want to be treated like gold. So I take my shirt off to anybody. I don't get upset. I don't fight. I believe there are no problems in this world. There are only solutions, and people have to realize that. And the kids today are a product of their own environments. Everybody needs money, and these kids today, they go out and they get caught up in these with their friends, and next thing you know, they're really good kids, but they end up selling drugs, crack on the street, because they want to make the quick dollar, and they don't understand. They're lost. And their parents don't know what they're doing, and then they get arrested, and they have a record, and they're really good kids, but putting them in jail is not the answer. We have to start helping these people. There are so many people on Rikers Island that are in there for low crimes, and they stay in there for 4, 5, 6 months waiting for their court dates because they can't afford a good lawyer, and a lot of them have very small bails and they can't even afford it and they can't get out. But I believe that everyone really has a good heart. And people, kids that want to show off in front of their friends and everything, and the way they treat each other, the way they talk to each other on the street is totally wrong. I look at Mayor Bloomberg, and I don't think Mayor Bloomberg is a good mayor. I think he's one of the worst mayors this city ever had. He's in the office for 12 years. My wife's a city employee, and she hasn't had a contract, less like other city employees, in 8, 10 years. This guy's worried about where your cigarettes should be in the store, how much soda you can drink, but he doesn't do the job of solving the real problems. How can a millionaire relate to a mother that lives wherever in Bronx, Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, that has 2 children, 3 children, no husband, and she needs foods in the refrigerator, and she gets a cutoff notice from Con Ed, and the cable companies. Time Warner is one of the, I think they have too much power. They control your internet, your TV, and your phone, and if you don't pay your bill, they cut you off from the world. They have too much power, they really do, and they don't address these issues, I think that as time going on, society is getting worse and worse. Rich are getting richer. The middle class is falling into the lower class, and no one's doing anything about it. And we put these politicians in office that are millionaires that have no clue what's going on with the average person. The transit goes up, your rent goes up, your insurance goes up. Your food has gone up incredibly, but your paychecks don't go up. And if you ever sit down and figure out how much money you make and how much money you lay out every month, you're going into debt. You're living from paycheck. You borrow from Peter to pay Paul, and then you borrow from Paul to pay Peter, and it can't last long. You're going to go down, and you're going to end up in trouble. Everybody, only the rich, because they have money. I mean, people making $100,000, $200,000 working for the MTA, Con Ed. These people don't don't understand what's going on. There's no affordable housing in the city and everything. You got a guy like John Liu running for mayor. When he was when he was councilman for Flushing, everybody in his office is in jail except him. I don't get it. I don't get it. And this guy's running for mayor. And then you got Spitzer running for city controller. He's spending $15 million of his own money to run for a job that pays for $120,000 a year. I mean, where do you get off from that? The guy wants power. It's a power trip, you know. And then you get Anthony Weiner running for mayor. You know, I actually think I like Anthony Weiner. I think he's a hardworking guy. He's trying, you know, but he got himself in some trouble. You know, everybody gets into trouble. No one's perfect out there. Everybody deserves a second chance. But getting back to the way the police arrest people today, and they go, the judges throw people on Rikers Island, and we have to pay to house these people, and there are drug addicts on Rikers Island. You don't put drug addicts in jail. Drug addicts are basically good people with problems. You have to help these people. You have to put them into a program where they're going to get help. I mean, putting them in jail doesn't get you help. It just doesn't. It doesn't, you know. I mean, I had a problem. I was arrested, and they dropped all the charges against me, and they made me plead guilty to something that I had nothing to do with. And I got probation, and my mother died, and my sister died, and I had to go to Florida to help my father, and I was written up by my probation off of violation probation for leaving the 5 boroughs of New York, and I had to go to court, and I ended up going to jail for 4 months because I did 2 years and 6 months with no problems, and I would go help my father. Anybody would go help their father again, and they just don't look at the facts. They look about getting numbers, getting arrests and everything, and they just don't look at the person. They just don't, you know? I mean, there's no way in the world that I am a criminal. You know, and the reason why I was arrested, I'm not going to get into it, it made no sense to begin with at all. You know, I just had bad advice and I couldn't afford $10,000 for a lawyer, so I listened to legal aid and I got bad advice, and I should have gone to trial because no jury would have put me in jail for using my own money. You know, but Mayor Bloomberg, I think, is going to go down as the worst mayor the city ever had. The city is in such financial disaster. The next mayor of New York is going to have it so difficult to clean up the mess. You know, they think he's such a great mayor. He put up a new stadium in the Bronx and Queens. You know, all he did was spend money. He put us in debt. I mean, you go to Citi Field, it's half empty. People can't afford to go to a ball game. You take your wife and your kids, it's $400. Who can afford $400 for a ball game? It's ridiculous, you know, but I like to know how people can get together and try to solve the problems. You know, when you're in a store, a Dunkin' Donuts, a McDonald's, or wherever, a deli, and you can see someone's having a hard time buying their lunch, which is like a $3 lunch, and they're counting their change, and you know you have a little extra change in your pocket, and you can see in their face that they're having a hard time. Be a better person. Walk up and say, "Hey, buddy, here's a buck." It'll help you out a little. It makes you a better person for helping people, you know, and you feel better, you know. But people have got to be kind to each other. You can't treat people like garbage. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what color you are, what nationality you are. We're all human beings, and we all have heart. You gotta have heart, man. Heart's the most important thing. You know, I would like to see New York have a day where everybody in New York did a good deed for somebody else, help somebody else. The littlest thing will go the longest way. When I see American vets on the street and they're hungry, I buy them a lunch. I won't give them money because I don't want them to buy alcohol or drugs or anything. But I'll go buy them a Big Mac. I'll buy them a Kentucky Fried Chicken meal. I'll buy them something, and I feel good in my heart for doing it. Because I've been there. I know what it's like not to have money. I'm having it hard with money right now. Money, can't buy. And another thing that life is very, very short. And, no matter how much money you have, you can't buy your health. We should be investing our money how to prolong life. No one wants to live 60, 70 years. We should be able to live 100, 120 years in good health. And we have to put money into science to figure out how to slow down the aging rate so we can live a little longer and enjoy life. People need to enjoy life. And we need to put affordable housing in this city. We really do. And we have to get rid of the homeless. When you go into social services for help, they say they're going to help you, but for every way that they help you, there's 10 ways to deny you because they haven't upgraded the system for years. You get caught in these little glitches where they deny you for food stamps, and people really need help today. They really do. My name is Stevenmeinster. My address is Stevenmeinster@gmail.com. That's StevenMeinster@gmail.com. I like to hear from people, and we can get together, have meetings, talk about ways of making things better for everyone. Everyone deserves, and jobs. There are jobs out there, but they're not paying what the job is worth. These big corporations are getting tax write-offs, and they're not doing what they promised that they would do. They hire a few people, and then everything gets done overseas. Anyway, we're going to talk more. Get back to me, please. And love each other, help each other. Help each other. People have got to help each other. We are a society that is doomed if we keep going the way we're going. I love everyone. God bless you.